My sister and I were so close. It's so heartbreaking. I don't even know what to do. She was a very private person. She wasn't an outspoken person. She didn't deserve this. How can you be so evil?
Our world has real people with real problems. Let's talk about it.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you all for joining into Let's Talk About It, an open platform of communication where anything can be served without judgment. This afternoon, I'm actually going to be discussing the story about Miss Amarah Jerica Banks. She's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my hometown. I have actually been struggling as I was even going through the story, but let me go ahead give a shout out to one of my sponsors, and then I'll be right back with more. Okay, let's talk about it. If you're looking to purchase some great eyelashes and show off your eyes, follow Queen Lashes, Mink Lashes by Shania. Each set of Queen Lashes are named after one of our historical queens. They come in 5 different variations with 4 different lengths. 2 of them are the same length but have different textures. The 20 millimeter lashes are Queen Amina. She was well known as a warrior princess. The 25 millimeter lashes are Queen Ranavalona. She was known as a patriotic leader. The popular 26 millimeter lashes come in 2 different textures. Queen Cleopatra are the pixie style lashes. She was a popular political figure from ancient Egypt. Queen Nandi are the layered thicker lashes. She was the mother of Shaka Zulu. The 27 millimeter lashes are Queen Nefertiti, and her name means a beautiful woman has come. Queen lashes come with a set of lashes, a purple keepsake box, and a gold pair of tweezers with your highness written on them. The complete set sells for $25 with a shipping fee of $2 in the United States only. Each order would take 7 to 10 business days. To place your order and to establish which queen you are, you can follow Shania on Instagram at queen underscore lashes underscore n. So that's queen, QUEEN underscore lashes, LASHES underscore n. And simply DM her, direct message her. Thank you for following queen underscore lashes underscore n. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for staying tuned in. The title of this story is Please Don't Kill Me. Neighbors heard screams, called 911 on evening. Mother, children were last seen alive. And this story was actually in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. So it states that a neighbor told police that in the early morning of February the 8th, she saw Amarah Jerica Banks, 26, running through the parking lot of the apartment building where she and her ex lived. Banks had no shoes on and was bleeding from the mouth, according to a criminal complaint. Banks screamed, "No, no, please don't kill me," as Arzel J. Ivory, 25, dragged her back into the building, according to the complaint. A second neighbor in the same apartment called 911. She later posted a screen shot of her calling history indicating that the call went out at 1:51 a.m. Police call log shows officers responded at 2 a.m. to the building in the 5900 block of North Sherman Boulevard, but could not locate the complaint. That this usually means that the police could not find the 911 caller. That they and then what happens is they will leave the um, the premises due to them circumstances. The police log also shows the contact as a generic call for police, not specifically a battery or assault contact. So, now according to the criminal complaint, so Jerica had just buried one of her family members, and after the funeral, she was with, two of her additional family members home, and the relative unnamed in the complaint stated that she drove Miss Banks and the rest of her family, in the early morning hours of February the 8th, she drove them home. She said no one had heard from Banks after that. The police determined that she had not used her cell phone or was on her Facebook account. A missing persons report was filed on February the 9th, and police began investigating. Neighbors told police that they awoke early, February 8th, to the sound of Ivory apparently beating Banks. One witness said she heard thumping sounds as though someone was slamming a person or head against the wall. Police got into Banks' apartment, but they could not find her, neither her additional family. They did, however, find a head-sized hole in the wall of a bedroom. As well, a bed was missing with its comforter and a napkin with droplets of blood on it. In the phone interview with police during the missing persons investigation, Ivory said he worked the night of the funeral and that he went to Miss Banks' apartment around 1:30 a.m. on February the 8th. He stated that the two of them got into an argument because Miss Banks blamed Ivory for the death of her other family member. He said that Miss Banks told him that she could not even look at him because he reminded her of their other family member. Ivory told police during that interview that Banks went outside the apartment during the argument and that he had to coach her back inside her house. He told the police he left to go to sleep in his truck and did not know where Banks and the remainder of her family was. He said he was out of state, but would be returning to Wisconsin in like 2 weeks to speak with the investigators. I'm gonna get into the details of what actually happened the morning of February the 8th. Let me give a shout out to one of my sponsors, and I'll be right back with more Let's Talk About. If you're looking to add a little elegance to an event, reach out to Color Columns by Shavante. Color Columns balloon columns are iconic party event decor made out of latex balloons. They come with toppers in a variety of different styles, featuring babies, Disney themes, numbers, myth characters, sports, etc. Whatever your heart desires, that's available. Color Columns cater to baby showers, birthdays, gender reveals, weddings, dinners, family gatherings, and social events. Any event, room, or space that is in need of a transformation. Color Columns is $50 a column with a delivery fee of $5 in the Milwaukee and close areas only. Please place your order 7 days in advance by following Shavante on Instagram at Color Columns. That's spelled with a K and it's one word. KOLORKOLUMNT, or you can contact her via text message at 262-661-9227. Thank you for following Color Columns. Thank you guys for staying tuned in. I really do appreciate it. So let's get into it, okay? On February the 7th, after the funeral services of Mrs. Amarah Jerica Bank and Arzell Ivory's family member, Miss Amarah was upset with Arzell. She was upset with him for making a decision to go to work right after the funeral services. So he went to work on February the 8th around 1:30 a.m. When he got off of work, he returned to Amarah Jerica's bank apartment. He said that Miss Amarah Jerica Banks was upset and she was yelling at him saying that he didn't care about their family member death, and he stated that she picked up a knife and said she didn't want to live and cut his wrist. He then said that he grabbed her, pushed her head into the wall 2 times, and he claims that this is what caused her to start bleeding from her mouth. And then he just decided to strangle her, claiming, he stated that he strangled her because she wasn't fighting back, so he figured she wanted to die and he was just gonna help her. He then went to the remaining family members' room in the house, kissed each of them on the cheek, saying he loved them and that Miss Banks requested for them to come to heaven with her. And then he strangled each one of them too, saying that he didn't want them to live without Miss Banks. His exact words were that it was his family and that he brought them into this world and that he can take them out. Now, initially, he attempted to dismember all of their bodies, but as he was using a steak knife on Miss Banks' body, he reached a bone in her leg, and that's what caused him to stop. So what he did at that time is he took their bodies, wrapped them up in air mattresses, and then took them to his car. Now, as he was driving around in his car, he suddenly remembered that his old apartment building had a 4-car garage and that one of the doors always remained unlocked. So he then drove them there. He dragged their bodies into the garage and then he set them on fire. But the flames did not appear to be getting hot enough for him. So he went to the gas station and purchased some gasoline. He returned to the garage and he poured the gasoline over their bodies, and he stated that this caused their bodies to get very hot. So he just left the garage with their bodies in there burning and just left. He took off to Memphis, said he was going to start his life over. But what happened is his dad was the one who actually contacted the Memphis police and told them that, my son here, he stated that he killed, his girlfriend and the remainder of their family. And he gave them their address for them to come and pick him up. He was expedited back to Milwaukee, But right now, he was charged with 3 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. When I did read the story, I seen that there was a $750 bond set, and if he's convicted, he's going to face up to 3 life sentences in prison. But the messed up part is that he set up and told them everything that he did, and then he pleaded not guilty. I'm not getting it. This story right here is a crucial example of domestic violence. When I was reading the story and I was just reading the things that Miss Amarah Jerica Banks' family was saying about her, her oldest brother, he stated that everything this girl did was for her children. She worked really hard for her children. She was in college at one time. Her sister stated that she was a very private person. She wasn't an outspoken person, and she was just like, she felt like her sister didn't deserve this. Young ladies out here, if a person put their hands on you, even if it's one time, the moment you make them think that it's comfortable, they gonna continue to do it, and then it gets worse. And sometimes when you're trying to get out, it be too late, because her brother did state that she was trying to get away from him. She had got everything together. He said they weren't even living together anymore. And sometimes men, they can't take that. If you allow them to beat you down for so long, and then you stand up, they be looking like, oh, she's standing up now. Like, they can't take things like that. Young ladies, I can't encourage you enough out here. If you know somebody that's experiencing domestic violence, any type of assault, and they need assistance, there are services for you young ladies in Milwaukee. They have Sojouner Family Peace Center. Their phone number is 414-933-2722, or you can go to their website, it's familypeacecenter.org. As well, for the young ladies in Milwaukee, you can go to the City.Milwaukee.Org website, and they have a phone number as well, 414-286-2997, but they have 24-hour assistance. They have several domestic violence resources. I actually went on the link and I just checked it out myself so that I can make sure when I'm giving you the information, you know exactly what to do. So when you go to the website, you go to city.milwaukee.org. In the search box, you put domestic violence resources and sexual assault. The moment you click on there, all of the information comes up to assist you. This is a 24-hour helpline. Again, their contact number is 414-286-2997. I'm also going to give you guys the nationwide number for domestic violence because, you know, I know that sometimes you don't want to talk to nobody and you don't want to tell nobody, and a lot of times as young ladies, even when I was a teenager, you think it's somebody telling you something about somebody that you feel like you in lust with, you don't want to hear it. You think they trying to stop what you trying to do with this person, but I'm telling you, they trying to help you. They are trying to help you, and it took me as a grown woman to learn that, you know, because I experienced stuff like that when I was growing up. Because that's just how these men are, you know, but the website is www.thehotline.org/help/. Let's see here. And then it says National Domestic Violence Hotline. Our advocates are available 24/7 at 1-800-799-SAFE. And they got more than 200 languages, so it doesn't make a difference what language you speak, who you are, you can contact these people for services and for help. So please get some help if you can get some, because this baby is gone, as well as her own family that she created, and all her dreams and everything that she was working so hard for, it was just taken away from her. It was taken by the hands of someone that she probably thought he loved her, you know? And like I stated, she was trying to get away, but by that time, it wasn't no more, you know? But, you know, thank you guys for taking the time out to allow me to present this story. This story was a hard one for me to present because every time I read the story and I got into more and more details about it, it just really crushed my heart. Because you just be like, how could somebody be so evil? How could somebody be so cold? But this world we live in today, they don't care. They do not care. And it's happening over and over and over again. So I'm going to put all of this information where you can get assistance. If you need help, I'm going to put it in the description box. Please, young ladies, even young men, if you need assistance, get it. Prevent incidents like this from happening. It makes a difference, you know. If there's something that you want me to present on my channel, you want to talk about, go to my website, www.KLetsTalkAboutIt.com. On my homepage is all my social media links. You can click to any one of them to get to me. My Contact Us page is actually the page where you can put the information in there where you want to talk about something. Even if you just have some advice you want to talk about, you know, present it into that contact box, and we're going to most definitely talk about it as well. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most definitely comment so that I can see how you guys are feeling about the stories that we're presenting, and we can actually communicate and talk about it, okay? And until next time, our world has real people with real problems. Let's talk about it.
Our world has real people with real problems. Let's talk about it.